Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice, first published in 1813, emerges from a historical context rife with social and economic change in early 19th century England. Born in 1775 into a relatively genteel but financially precarious family, Austen experienced firsthand the constraints placed upon women of her class. The novel encapsulates the anxieties and aspirations of the Regency period, a time marked by the rise of the middle class and shifting attitudes toward marriage and personal agency. Austen's keen observations of the society around her, combined with her own experiences, inform the rich tapestry of social commentary woven throughout her work. While Austen was not a radical, her novels often challenge the status quo, subtly critiquing the limitations imposed on women and the institution of marriage, positioning her as both a product and a critic of her time. Pride and Prejudice can be classified within the genre of the romantic novel, yet it transcends simple categorization. It is both a love story and a social critique, employing irony and wit to explore themes of class, gender, and morality. Austen's narrative style, characterized by free indirect discourse, allows readers to engage intimately with her characters' inner lives while maintaining a critical distance. The novel's significance lies not only in its engaging plot and memorable characters, but also in its profound exploration of human relationships and societal expectations. Austen's deft handling of irony and her ability to create complex characters have solidified her place in the literary canon, influencing countless authors and establishing her as a precursor to modern psychological realism. The narrative begins with one of literature's most famous opening lines. It is a truth universally acknowledged that a single man in possession of a good fortune must be in want of a wife. This statement encapsulates the central theme of the novel, marriage, and sets the tone for the exploration of love and social ambition. The initial setup introduces the Bennet family, particularly the spirited Elizabeth Bennet, who becomes the focal point of the story. The social dynamics of the Bennet household, with its 5 unmarried daughters, create a backdrop of urgency and tension as their futures hinge upon advantageous marriages. The interplay of pride and prejudice, embodied in the characters of Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy, serves as the catalyst for the narrative, allowing Austen to examine the complexities of human relationships and the often misguided perceptions that hinder genuine connection. The themes of social class and personal integrity resonate throughout the novel, with Elizabeth's initial prejudice against Darcy stemming from her misinterpretation of his character and his apparent aloofness. Conversely, Darcy's pride blinds him to the virtues of Elizabeth until he confronts his own biases. Their evolving relationship mirrors the broader societal tensions of the time, where class distinctions and personal merit often collide. Austen's exploration of these themes is particularly relevant to contemporary readers, as issues of social stratification and the quest for authentic connection continue to pervade modern discourse. What makes Pride and Prejudice enduringly relevant to modern readers is its nuanced portrayal of character development and the exploration of moral complexity. Elizabeth Bennet, as a heroine, challenges the norms of her society, exhibiting intelligence, wit, and a desire for autonomy. Her journey towards self-awareness and personal growth resonates with contemporary audiences who grapple with similar struggles in a world still rife with societal expectations. The novel's exploration of love as a partnership based on mutual respect and understanding, rather than economic necessity, speaks to modern ideals of romantic relationships, making Austen's insights timeless. Furthermore, Austen's humor and keen social observations elevate Pride and Prejudice beyond mere romantic fiction. Her critique of the marriage market, the absurdities of social conventions, and the limitations placed upon women are delivered with a lightness that belies the depth of her commentary. This blend of humor and critique invites readers to reflect on their own lives and societal norms, fostering a connection that transcends time. In a world increasingly concerned with issues of gender equality and personal freedom, Austen's work encourages readers to question societal expectations and embrace the pursuit of personal happiness. In sum, Pride and Prejudice is a masterful exploration of character, society, and the complexities of human relationships, crafted with a wit and insight that resonate across generations. Austen's ability to weave profound social commentary into the fabric of a romantic narrative ensures the novel's place in both literary history and contemporary discourse, making it a vital work for understanding the evolution of societal norms and personal identity. As modern readers engage with Elizabeth and Darcy's journey, they are invited not just to witness a romance, but to reflect on the enduring themes of love, pride, and the often prejudiced perceptions that shape human interaction. The early plot development of Pride and Prejudice is crucial in establishing the framework for the character interactions that define the novel. From the outset, Jane Austen introduces us to the Bennet family, particularly through the lens of the socially astute and spirited Elizabeth Bennet. The opening lines of the novel famously declare that it is a truth universally acknowledged that a single man in possession of a good fortune must be in want of a wife. This ironic statement establishes not only the central theme of marriage, but also the societal pressures surrounding it. The immediate focus on wealth and marital prospects sets the stage for the conflicts that will unfold, particularly as they pertain to class and personal integrity. As the plot progresses, the arrival of Mr. Bingley and his friend, Mr. Darcy at the Meryton Assembly, introduces key characters whose relationships will drive the narrative. Mr. Bingley, with his affable nature, is contrasted sharply with the aloof and proud Mr. Darcy. The initial interactions at the assembly reveal the social dynamics of the time, showcasing the importance placed on reputation and first impressions. Darcy's refusal to dance with Elizabeth, declaring her tolerable but not handsome enough to tempt me, not only insults her, but also serves to deepen the reader's understanding of his character. This moment encapsulates the theme of pride, as Darcy's social superiority blinds him to the value of genuine human connection. The introduction of Mr. Collins, a pompous clergyman and the Bennet family's heir, further complicates the narrative. His proposal to Elizabeth, laden with self-importance and devoid of genuine affection, highlights the absurdity of marriage as a mere transaction rather than a partnership based on love. Collins's character serves as a vehicle for Austen's satire, embodying the ridiculousness of social conventions that prioritize wealth and status over emotional connection. His obsequiousness towards Lady Catherine de Bourgh, his patroness, underscores the rigid class structures that govern the lives of the characters. Through Collins, Austen critiques the societal expectations that dictate individual behavior, exposing the folly in such adherence. The conflicts in Pride and Prejudice are multifaceted, rooted in both external societal pressures and internal character struggles. Elizabeth's initial prejudice against Darcy, fueled by her misinterpretation of his character and the influence of Mr. Wickham, serves as a central conflict. Wickham's charming demeanor and his false account of Darcy's treatment of him create a rift between Elizabeth and Darcy, illustrating how first impressions can be misleading. This conflict becomes a vehicle for exploring the themes of misunderstanding and the complexity of human relationships. Austen masterfully weaves these misunderstandings into the fabric of the narrative, allowing the characters to evolve through their experiences. Moreover, the contrasting relationships between various couples in the novel further illuminate the central themes. The courtship of Bingley and Jane Bennet is characterized by mutual affection and respect, standing in stark contrast to the more transactional relationship between Collins and Elizabeth. This juxtaposition reinforces the idea that true love is grounded in understanding and compatibility, rather than social convenience. Jane's gentle nature and Bingley's earnestness serve as a foil to the tumultuous interactions between Elizabeth and Darcy, highlighting the varying forms that love can take. The character of Lady Catherine de Bourgh, with her domineering presence, serves as an embodiment of the aristocratic values that Austen critiques. Her attempts to control the lives of others, particularly her insistence that Darcy marry her daughter, represent the oppressive nature of societal expectations. Lady Catherine's confrontation with Elizabeth regarding her relationship with Darcy is a pivotal moment in the novel, revealing Elizabeth's strength and independence. This encounter not only reinforces Elizabeth's refusal to conform to societal pressures, but also signifies a turning point in Darcy's character development, as he begins to question the values he has long upheld. As the narrative unfolds, the tension between pride and prejudice becomes increasingly pronounced. Elizabeth's journey towards self-awareness and Darcy's gradual shedding of his arrogance culminate in a transformative relationship that defies societal norms. Their eventual reconciliation is not merely a romantic resolution, but a triumph over the prejudices that initially kept them apart. Austen's exploration of these themes is intricately woven into the fabric of the plot, allowing readers to engage with the characters on a profound level. Through her nuanced characterizations and sharp social commentary, Austen invites readers to reflect on the complexities of human relationships. The early plot development, combined with the rich tapestry of character interactions, lays the groundwork for a narrative that transcends its time, resonating with modern audiences. As Elizabeth and Darcy navigate their misunderstandings and societal pressures, they embody the struggle for personal identity amidst the constraints of social expectation, a theme that remains relevant in contemporary discourse. Thus, Pride and Prejudice emerges not only as a romantic tale, but also as a profound exploration of the human condition, challenging readers to confront their own prejudices and assumptions. The early plot development of Pride and Prejudice meticulously sets the stage for the intricate dance of social interactions and personal motivations that define the novel. From the very first chapter, Austen introduces readers to the Bennet family, a microcosm of Regency society, where the dynamics of marriage, class, and gender roles are played out with both humor and gravity. Mrs. Bennet, with her relentless pursuit of advantageous marriages for her daughters, embodies the societal pressure on women to secure their futures through marriage. In her exasperated proclamations, such as her insistence that a single man in possession of a good fortune must be in want of a wife, Austen highlights the centrality of this theme, establishing the stakes for her characters right from the outset. The introduction of Mr. Bingley and Mr. Darcy at the Meryton Ball serves as a catalyst for the unfolding drama, igniting the conflicts that will drive the narrative. Mr. Bingley, with his amiable disposition and easy charm, contrasts sharply with the aloof and proud Mr. Darcy. The tension between Darcy's initial disdain for Elizabeth and his gradual attraction to her exemplifies the novel's central conflict, the struggle between societal expectations and personal desire. The pivotal moment at the ball, where Elizabeth overhears Darcy's derogatory remark about her, encapsulates the themes of pride and prejudice that permeate the text. This moment not only establishes Elizabeth's initial animosity towards Darcy, but also underscores Darcy's character flaw, his inability to see beyond class distinctions. Austen deftly crafts her characters through these early interactions, revealing their complexities and foreshadowing their growth. Elizabeth Bennet, characterized by her wit and intelligence, emerges as a figure of defiance against societal norms, particularly as she navigates her feelings for Darcy. In contrast, Jane, her elder sister, embodies the virtues of gentility and sweetness, providing a foil to Elizabeth's more spirited nature. The contrast between the sisters is further highlighted in their responses to Bingley's attentions. While Jane is hopeful and open-hearted, Elizabeth remains skeptical, wary of the societal pressures that dictate their fates. The character of Mr. Collins, introduced as the Bennet family's obnoxious cousin and heir to their estate, adds a layer of absurdity to the narrative. His proposal to Elizabeth, laden with pompous self-importance, serves as a critique of the social structures that dictate marriage and inheritance. Collins's obsequiousness towards Lady Catherine de Bourgh, his patroness, illustrates the sycophantic behavior that Austen critiques throughout the novel. The humor in Collins's character is not merely for entertainment. It serves to highlight the absurdity of the social order that prioritizes wealth and status over genuine affection. Lady Catherine de Bourgh, who later enters the narrative as a formidable figure, epitomizes the entrenched aristocracy that seeks to maintain its power through intimidation and control. Her interactions with Elizabeth, particularly the confrontation regarding Elizabeth's relationship with Darcy, reveal the tension between individual agency and societal expectation. Austen uses Lady Catherine's overbearing nature to critique the oppressive structures that govern women's lives, while also showcasing Elizabeth's resilience in the face of such authority. As the plot unfolds, The introduction of George Wickham serves as a pivotal turning point in the narrative, complicating Elizabeth's perceptions of Darcy. Wickham's charming demeanor and fabricated tales of Darcy's supposed malice play on Elizabeth's prejudices, further entrenching her initial disdain for Darcy. This manipulation of information not only propels the plot, but also serves as a commentary on the nature of reputation and the ease with which societal perceptions can be swayed. The juxtaposition of Wickham's deceit with Darcy's true character emphasizes the theme of misjudgment that runs throughout the novel. The conflicts introduced in these early chapters, both external and internal, propel the characters towards growth and self-discovery. Elizabeth's journey, marked by her initial prejudices against Darcy, reflects a broader exploration of self-awareness and personal integrity. The tension between her burgeoning feelings for Darcy and her ingrained biases sets the stage for her eventual transformation. Similarly, Darcy's pride, initially a barrier to connection, becomes a catalyst for his character development as he confronts his flaws in response to Elizabeth's rejection. In conclusion, the early plot development and character introductions in Pride and Prejudice lay a rich groundwork for the exploration of themes that resonate with readers across generations. Through her keen observations of social dynamics and human relationships, Austen crafts a narrative that transcends its historical context, inviting readers to reflect on their own prejudices and assumptions. The conflicts established in these initial chapters not only propel the narrative forward, but also serve as a profound commentary on the human condition, encapsulating the struggles for identity, love, and acceptance amidst the constraints of societal expectations. In the early chapters of Pride and Prejudice, Jane Austen introduces a cast of characters whose interactions set the stage for the novel's central themes of pride, prejudice, and the pursuit of love. The narrative begins with the arrival of Mr. Bingley, a wealthy bachelor, at Netherfield Park, which ignites the social dynamics within the Bennet family and their acquaintances. The initial excitement surrounding Bingley's arrival reflects the societal pressures of marriage and class, as Mrs. Bennet's primary concern is to secure advantageous matches for her daughters. Austen deftly establishes the conflict between societal expectations and individual desires through the contrasting personalities of the Bennet sisters. Jane Bennet, the eldest, embodies the ideal of femininity with her beauty and gentle disposition, while Elizabeth, the second daughter, is characterized by her wit and independence. This juxtaposition between Jane's serene compliance and Elizabeth's spirited defiance creates a tension that resonates throughout the novel. The early exchanges between the sisters reveal Austen's commentary on the limited roles available to women in Regency England. For instance, when Jane expresses hope that Mr. Bingley will like the Bennet family, Elizabeth retorts with a playful skepticism, indicating her awareness of the superficial nature of social interactions. This dynamic not only highlights Elizabeth's character, but also foreshadows the challenges she will face as she navigates her feelings for Mr. Darcy, Bingley's proud friend. The introduction of Mr. Darcy at the Meryton Ball further complicates the social landscape. His initial aloofness and perceived arrogance provoke strong reactions from the attendees, particularly from Elizabeth, who overhears Darcy's dismissive comment about her being tolerable but not handsome enough to tempt me. This moment is pivotal, as it establishes the foundation for Elizabeth's prejudice against Darcy and sets in motion the evolution of their relationship. Austen skillfully portrays the complexities of first impressions, illustrating how pride and prejudice can cloud judgment. Elizabeth's scornful response to Darcy's insult reflects her spirited nature, but also hints at her own biases, which she must confront as the narrative unfolds. Austen employs irony throughout these early chapters, particularly in how characters perceive one another. For example, Mr. Wickham, a charming officer, initially captivates Elizabeth with his flattering tales of Darcy's mistreatment. Wickham's charisma and apparent victimhood contrast sharply with Darcy's standoffish demeanor, further entrenching Elizabeth's prejudice against Darcy. This duality in character presentation underscores the theme of deception, as appearances can be misleading. Austen's narrative strategy invites readers to question the reliability of first impressions and the societal norms that dictate them. As the plot develops, the conflicts surrounding marriage and social status become increasingly pronounced. The Bennet family's precarious financial situation, exacerbated by the entailment of their estate, places pressure on the daughters to marry well. This societal backdrop is vividly illustrated in the character of Mr. Collins, a pompous clergyman and the Bennet family's heir, who arrives with the intention of proposing to one of the Bennet sisters. His proposal to Elizabeth is a comically absurd moment, as he lists the practical benefits of their union while entirely overlooking Elizabeth's feelings. This scene not only emphasizes the transactional nature of marriage in Austen's time, but also serves to highlight Elizabeth's refusal to conform to societal expectations. Her rejection of Collins is a powerful assertion of her autonomy, setting her apart from many of her contemporaries who might prioritize security over affection. Moreover, Austen's exploration of familial relationships provides depth to the narrative. The contrasting attitudes of the Bennet parents, Mr. Bennet's sardonic detachment, and Mrs. Bennet's frantic obsession with marrying off her daughters, create a rich tapestry of familial dynamics that influence the sisters' perspectives on love and marriage. Elizabeth's relationship with her father in particular reveals her critical thinking and independence, as she often finds herself at odds with her mother's narrow views. This tension within the family unit serves to enrich Elizabeth's character, showcasing her resilience and determination to seek a partner who respects her intellect and spirit. As the early chapters conclude, the stage is set for the transformative journeys of the characters, particularly Elizabeth and Darcy. Their initial misunderstandings and the societal pressures surrounding them illuminate the central conflicts of the narrative. Austen's incisive commentary on pride, prejudice, and the complexities of human relationships resonates through her characters' interactions, inviting readers to reflect on the nature of love and the societal constructs that shape it. Thus, the groundwork laid in these early chapters not only propels the plot forward, but also deepens the thematic exploration of identity, love, and societal expectation, establishing a rich context for the unfolding drama. In the subsequent chapters of Pride and Prejudice, Jane Austen intricately deepens the relationships between her characters, setting the stage for the rising action that revolves around social interaction, misunderstandings, and the pursuit of love. The early encounters between Elizabeth Bennet and Mr. Darcy are particularly significant, as they introduce a complex interplay of pride and prejudice, revealing the characters' flaws and the societal pressures they navigate. The initial ball at Meryton serves as a microcosm of the social dynamics at play. Here, Elizabeth's first impression of Darcy, stemming from his aloof demeanor and perceived arrogance, sets the tone for their relationship. When Darcy refuses to dance with her, Elizabeth's spirited retort, "I could easily forgive his pride if he had not mortified mine," highlights her immediate disdain for him, Chapter 3. This pivotal moment not only establishes the foundation of their contentious relationship, but also reflects the broader theme of social class and its impact on personal connections. Darcy's wealth and status create a barrier that Elizabeth instinctively resents, illustrating the societal expectations that dictate interactions among the gentry. As the narrative progresses, the introduction of Mr. Bingley serves as a foil to Darcy. Bingley embodies the affable, unpretentious gentleman who contrasts sharply with Darcy's reserved nature. His immediate attraction to Jane Bennet, Elizabeth's elder sister, provides a subplot that further explores the intricacies of courtship and the societal pressures surrounding marriage. Bingley's openness and disregard for social hierarchies allow him to connect effortlessly with the Bennet family, which further underscores the rigid class structures that govern relationships. Austen employs Bingley's character to critique the notion that wealth must dictate one's demeanor, suggesting that genuine affection and kindness transcend economic boundaries. The rising action intensifies with the arrival of Mr. Wickham, whose charming demeanor and compelling backstory captivate Elizabeth and her family. Wickham's manipulation of Elizabeth's perceptions of Darcy, claiming that Darcy has wronged him, serves to deepen the conflict between the two male characters while simultaneously complicating Elizabeth's feelings. Elizabeth's initial attraction to Wickham showcases her susceptibility to charm and her inclination to judge character based on surface appearances, thus reinforcing the novel's exploration of misjudgment and the consequences of prejudice. When Elizabeth later learns of the truth behind Wickham's character, her realization serves as a critical turning point that aligns with the novel's broader message about the dangers of superficial assessments. As the narrative unfolds, the interplay of characters becomes increasingly intricate, particularly during the visit to Pemberley. Elizabeth's evolving feelings towards Darcy are poignantly illustrated as she tours his estate, recognizing not only his wealth but also the depth of his character. Her reflections during this visit, captured in the line, "It is a wonderful place, and I am sure it has been a great deal of trouble to him," mark a significant moment of transformation, where she begins to see Darcy in a new light, freed from her earlier prejudices. Chapter 34. This shift is emblematic of the novel's central theme, the importance of self-awareness and the need to confront one's biases in the pursuit of authentic connections. The rising tension between Elizabeth and Darcy reaches its zenith with Darcy's unexpected proposal, which is laden with societal implications. His declaration, "In vain I have struggled, it will not do, my feelings will not be repressed," reveals his internal conflict and the societal pressures that compel him to confront his feelings for Elizabeth. Chapter 34. However, the proposal is met with Elizabeth's vehement rejection, rooted in her understanding of Darcy's pride and the implications of class. This pivotal moment not only propels the plot forward, but also encapsulates the thematic exploration of love versus societal expectation, illustrating that true affection must be grounded in mutual respect and understanding. As the narrative progresses, the ensuing misunderstandings and reconciliations further illuminate the character's development. Elizabeth's confrontation with her own prejudices and Darcy's willingness to change for love culminate in a resolution that emphasizes the novel's message about the transformative power of love. By navigating the complexities of their relationship, both characters evolve, ultimately demonstrating that personal growth is essential for overcoming societal constraints. Austen's nuanced portrayal of these relationships, woven through the fabric of societal expectations, serves to challenge the reader's understanding of love, class, and identity. The interplay of pride and prejudice among the characters not only drives the plot, but also invites a deeper consideration of how societal norms shape personal relationships. In this way, Pride and Prejudice remains a timeless exploration of the human condition, revealing the intricate dance between individual desires and societal expectations. The humorous exchange between Mr. and Mrs. Bennet in this excerpt from Pride and Prejudice illustrates the complexities of their relationship and sets the stage for the novel's central themes of marriage and societal expectations. Mr. Bennet's sardonic wit contrasts sharply with Mrs. Bennet's earnest, if somewhat frivolous, obsession with securing advantageous marriages for their daughters. This dynamic not only highlights the absurdities of their social milieu, but also foreshadows the emerging romantic entanglements that will dominate the narrative. As the story progresses, the introduction of Mr. Bingley to the Bennet family becomes a pivotal moment that propels the plot forward. Bingley, described as a young man of large fortune, embodies the ideal marriage prospect for the Bennet sisters, particularly for Jane, the eldest and most beautiful. Mrs. Bennet's fixation on Bingley as a potential suitor underscores her preoccupation with social status and economic stability, which were crucial in the Regency era. This is evident when she states, "What a fine thing for our girls," illustrating her view of marriage primarily as a transaction rather than a romantic union. The tension between individual desires and societal expectations is further explored through Elizabeth Bennet's character. Unlike her mother, Elizabeth exhibits a sharp intelligence and a critical perspective on the social norms that dictate her life. Her witty repartee with Mr. Bennet reveals her awareness of the absurdity of her mother's ambitions. When Elizabeth quips, "We are not in a way to know what Mr. Bingley likes," she not only challenges her mother's assumptions, but also asserts her own independence. This moment captures Elizabeth's reluctance to conform to the pressures of marrying for convenience, setting her apart from her sisters, who more readily accept societal expectations. The rising action of the narrative is marked by the assembly where Bingley and his friend, Mr. Darcy, are introduced to the local society. The assembly serves as a microcosm of the broader social landscape and highlights the intricate dance of courtship. Bingley's immediate attraction to Jane is juxtaposed against Darcy's aloofness and initial disdain for the local gentry, famously expressed in his refusal to dance with Elizabeth, whom he deems tolerable but not handsome enough to tempt me. This pivotal moment not only establishes the initial conflict between Elizabeth and Darcy, but also lays the groundwork for the theme of pride and prejudice that permeates the novel. As the story unfolds, the characters' relationships deepen, revealing the complexities of their motivations and desires. Bingley's genuine affection for Jane contrasts sharply with Darcy's pride and Elizabeth's prejudice against him. The misunderstandings that arise from these differing perspectives exemplify Austen's critique of social class and the barriers it creates in romantic relationships. Darcy's eventual realization of his feelings for Elizabeth marks a significant turning point in the narrative, as he begins to confront his own prejudices and societal conditioning. Moreover, the character of Mr. Collins serves as a foil to Darcy, representing the absurdity of social ambition devoid of genuine emotion. His proposal to Elizabeth, laden with self-importance and a sense of entitlement, encapsulates the transactional nature of many marriages during the period. Elizabeth's rejection of Collins not only asserts her agency, but also emphasizes the importance of marrying for love rather than economic necessity. This moment is pivotal in illustrating Austen's advocacy for individual choice in the face of societal pressures. The rising action culminates in Elizabeth's visit to Pemberley, where she confronts her feelings for Darcy amidst the grandeur of his estate. This setting symbolizes the transformation of their relationship, as Elizabeth begins to see Darcy in a new light, free from the prejudices that had clouded her judgment. The themes of pride and prejudice are further explored as Darcy's actions reveal his character's depth and sincerity, challenging Elizabeth's initial perceptions of him. In conclusion, Pride and Prejudice intricately weaves character relationships, societal expectations, and personal growth into a rich tapestry that examines the nature of love and marriage. Through the interactions of the Bennet family, Bingley, and Darcy, Austen critiques the social norms that dictate behavior while championing the importance of individual agency. The rising action not only propels the plot, but also deepens the thematic exploration of pride and prejudice, making the narrative a timeless reflection of the human experience. As the characters navigate their relationships, they ultimately reveal the transformative power of love, understanding, and personal growth, resonating with readers across generations. The mounting tensions in Pride and Prejudice are palpable from the very first assembly, where societal expectations and personal prejudices collide. The initial interactions between Elizabeth Bennet and Mr. Darcy serve as a catalyst for the plot, setting the stage for their complex relationship. Darcy's infamous dismissal of Elizabeth as tolerable but not handsome enough to tempt me not only ignites Elizabeth's animosity toward him, but also reveals his character's pride and social arrogance. This moment encapsulates the central conflict of the narrative, the struggle between individual merit and societal perceptions, which is further complicated by the character's evolving self-awareness. The assembly serves as a microcosm of the social dynamics at play, highlighting the differences between the amiable Mr. Bingley and the aloof Mr. Darcy. Bingley's openness and charm contrast sharply with Darcy's disdainful demeanor, creating a palpable tension that resonates throughout the novel. Austen uses this initial setting to explore themes of class, social hierarchy, and the often arbitrary nature of attraction and affection. Bingley's immediate interest in Jane Bennet is emblematic of the potential for love to flourish despite societal constraints, while Darcy's haughty demeanor underscores the barriers that pride can erect between individuals. As the plot progresses, complications arise with the social interactions and misunderstandings that ensue. Elizabeth's prejudgment of Darcy, influenced by his initial behavior and the gossip surrounding him, leads her to form a negative opinion that colors her interactions with him. This is compounded by the influence of Wickham, whose charming facade and fabricated tales of Darcy's character further entrench Elizabeth's prejudice. The intricacies of these relationships highlight Austen's critique of the superficial judgments that often dictate social interactions, as well as the dangers of allowing pride and prejudice to cloud one's judgment. The tension escalates when Darcy, having recognized Elizabeth's wit and intelligence, begins to grapple with his feelings for her. His proposal, laden with condescension and an acknowledgement of societal barriers, serves as a turning point not only for their relationship, but also for his character development. Elizabeth's rejection of Darcy, fueled by her anger at his earlier treatment of her and his attempt to control the circumstances of their relationship, marks a pivotal moment in the narrative. It is a rejection that is as much about social class and personal integrity as it is about romantic feelings. Elizabeth's refusal to accept a proposal from a man she believes to be proud and unjust reflects her own growth and her commitment to marrying for love rather than convenience or status. Darcy's transformation is equally significant. Following Elizabeth's rejection, he undergoes a profound internal shift, leading him to reevaluate his own pride and the values he holds. His subsequent letter to Elizabeth, which explains his actions regarding Wickham and his feelings for her, serves as a moment of vulnerability and honesty that begins to dismantle the walls he has built around himself. This letter not only reveals the complexities of his character, but also serves to challenge Elizabeth's prejudices, forcing her to confront her own misconceptions about him. As the narrative unfolds, the mounting tensions are further exacerbated by external conflicts, particularly Lydia's reckless behavior and elopement with Wickham. This crisis serves as a catalyst for the resolution of both Elizabeth and Darcy's character arcs. Lydia's impulsive actions threaten the Bennet family's social standing, underscoring the precariousness of their position in a society that values reputation above all else. In a dramatic turn, Darcy's intervention in resolving Lydia's situation not only showcases his growth, but also solidifies his love for Elizabeth. His willingness to act out of love and honor, despite the potential for societal backlash, illustrates the transformative power of genuine affection. The resolution of these tensions culminates in the novel's conclusion, where Elizabeth and Darcy's mutual recognition of their flaws and prejudices leads to a deeper understanding and acceptance of one another. Their eventual union signifies not just a personal triumph over pride and prejudice, but also a broader commentary on the importance of personal growth and the capacity for change within individuals. Austen skillfully navigates the complexities of human relationships, illustrating that love, when grounded in mutual respect and understanding, can transcend societal barriers and personal flaws. In this way, Pride and Prejudice remains a timeless exploration of the human condition, deftly illustrating the nuances of character transformation amidst the complications of societal expectations. The mounting tensions, driven by misunderstandings and personal growth, ultimately reveal the importance of self-awareness and the capacity for change, making Austen's work a resonant reflection on the intricacies of love and the human experience. The intricate layers of Pride and Prejudice unfold through a series of plot complications that significantly influence character transformations and escalate tensions, particularly concerning the relationships between Elizabeth Bennet, Mr. Darcy, and Mr. Bingley. The initial assembly at Meryton serves as a catalyst for these developments, showcasing the contrasting manners and social standings of the characters involved. Mr. Darcy's haughty dismissal of Elizabeth, whom he deems tolerable but not handsome enough to tempt me, ignites immediate animosity between him and Elizabeth, setting the stage for her initial prejudice against him. This pivotal moment encapsulates the theme of first impressions, which, as the narrative progresses, proves to be a double-edged sword. The complexities of social hierarchy and personal pride are further illustrated through Mr. Bingley's contrasting demeanor. His affable nature and genuine admiration for Jane Bennet illustrate the ideal of romantic interest untainted by social pretensions. Bingley's willingness to dance with Jane multiple times signifies not only his attraction, but also his openness, a stark juxtaposition to Darcy's aloofness. The tension between these two men becomes palpable as Elizabeth's perception of Darcy transforms from disdain to curiosity, revealing her capacity for introspection and growth. Elizabeth's playful spirit shines through as she recounts Darcy's perceived rudeness to her friends, highlighting her lively disposition while simultaneously foreshadowing her eventual reconsideration of her judgments. As the plot progresses, the complications multiply, particularly with the introduction of key secondary characters such as Mr. Collins and Lady Catherine de Bourgh. Mr. Collins, with his pompous and obsequious nature, serves as a foil to Darcy and embodies the absurdity of social climbing. His proposal to Elizabeth is met with rejection, which only serves to heighten the tension surrounding her relationship with Darcy. Elizabeth's refusal is not simply a rejection of Collins, but an assertion of her autonomy in the face of societal expectations. This act of defiance is emblematic of her character transformation, as she begins to assert her own desires and values over the pressures imposed by her family and society. Meanwhile, the burgeoning relationship between Jane and Bingley becomes a source of tension for Elizabeth, especially as she observes the interference of Bingley's sisters, who embody the social snobbery that Elizabeth despises. Miss Bingley's disdain for the Bennet family reveals the entrenched class prejudices that permeate their interactions. Elizabeth's protective instincts for her sister become increasingly pronounced, and her disdain for Darcy deepens as she perceives him as complicit in the undermining of Jane's happiness. The mounting tensions between the two families reach a climax during the pivotal scene at Netherfield, where Elizabeth's spirited defense of her family against Miss Bingley's barbs further solidifies her character as one of integrity and strong will. Darcy's transformation is equally significant, as he grapples with his own prejudices and social conditioning. The turning point occurs when he begins to recognize Elizabeth's virtues, culminating in his unexpected and heartfelt proposal. His initial approach, however, is laden with condescension as he cites the disparity in their social standings, which prompts Elizabeth's fiery retort, exposing his arrogance. This confrontation acts as a mirror for Darcy, forcing him to confront the very prejudices he embodies. It is through Elizabeth's rejection, which is both personal and principled, that Darcy begins to undergo a profound transformation, shedding the weight of his pride and embracing a more egalitarian view of love. The narrative's tensions continue to escalate with the revelation of Wickham's true character, which serves as a counterpoint to Darcy's evolving nature. Wickham's initial charm and Elizabeth's subsequent disillusionment highlight the dangers of misjudgment based on superficial traits. Elizabeth's journey towards self-awareness is further complicated by her mistaken trust in Wickham, reinforcing the novel's exploration of the pitfalls of first impressions. This thematic thread culminates in Elizabeth's eventual realization of her own biases, as she learns to see beyond her initial judgments of Darcy, leading to a rekindling of their relationship based on mutual respect and understanding. In conclusion, the plot complications of Pride and Prejudice intricately weave together the character transformations of Elizabeth and Darcy, revealing the profound impact of societal expectations and personal growth. Through misunderstandings and the gradual peeling away of false perceptions, Austen crafts a narrative that underscores the importance of self-awareness and the capacity for change. The mounting tensions serve not only to propel the plot forward, but also to illuminate the complexities of human relationships, making Austen's work a timeless exploration of love, pride, and the intricacies of the human condition. As Pride and Prejudice progresses towards its climax, Jane Austen skillfully deepens the exploration of her characters, particularly through the contrasting personalities of Mr. Bingley and Mr. Darcy. This contrast not only serves to highlight their individual traits, but also sets the stage for key revelations that crystallize the thematic essence of the narrative. Mr. Bingley is portrayed as amiable and approachable, embodying the ideal qualities of a romantic hero. His immediate attraction to Jane Bennet and his ability to charm those around him place him in stark opposition to the aloofness of Mr. Darcy, who initially appears haughty and self-important. Austen meticulously crafts their relationship to reflect the broader societal dynamics of class and propriety, revealing how these factors influence personal interactions and self-perception. The assembly at Meryton becomes a crucible for the characters' social standings and personal biases. Darcy's disdainful assessment of the gathering, he had seen a collection of people in whom there was little beauty and no fashion, reveals his entrenched snobbery and sets the stage for his eventual transformation. In contrast, Bingley's open admiration for Jane, whom he describes as the eldest Miss Bennet beyond a doubt, emphasizes a more egalitarian view of attraction that transcends social conventions. This juxtaposition is critical as it foreshadows the central conflict regarding class and the prejudices that come with it, primarily embodied in Elizabeth Bennet's evolving perception of Darcy. The early chapters of the novel highlight not only the societal pressures that dictate relationships, but also the character's internal struggles with pride and prejudice. Elizabeth's witty retorts and her refusal to conform to societal expectations position her as a modern heroine who seeks authenticity over superficiality. Her sharp observation that she could easily forgive his pride if he had not mortified mine encapsulates the novel's exploration of mutual respect and personal growth. This moment serves as a turning point, illustrating how pride can lead to misjudgment and misunderstanding, which becomes pivotal as the narrative unfolds. As the story progresses, pivotal revelations begin to emerge, particularly surrounding Darcy's character. Elizabeth's initial impressions of him are marred by her own biases, shaped by the societal narratives that define both class and character. When Darcy's true nature is revealed, his willingness to assist Bingley in pursuing Jane and his eventual proposal to Elizabeth, readers witness a significant shift in the dynamics of Pride and Prejudice. Darcy's transformation from a figure of disdain to one of admiration reflects not only his personal growth, but also Elizabeth's journey toward understanding. Austen's narrative structure skillfully builds tension through misunderstandings and societal expectations, culminating in the climactic moment of Darcy's first proposal to Elizabeth. This scene is rife with emotional intensity, as Darcy's declaration of love is met with Elizabeth's fierce rejection. Her refusal is not merely personal, but is rooted in her profound disapproval of his arrogance and his role in separating Jane and Bingley. Elizabeth accuses Darcy of pride and insolence, revealing her deep-seated belief that social status should not dictate personal worth. This confrontation is a critical moment of thematic crystallization, as it underscores the novel's central premise: love must transcend societal prejudices. In the aftermath of this pivotal encounter, both characters undergo significant transformations. Darcy's self-reflection leads him to confront his own prejudices, while Elizabeth's realization of her own biases allows for a deeper understanding of Darcy's true character. The turning point arrives with Darcy's letter, which serves as a catalyst for Elizabeth's internal reckoning. In this correspondence, Darcy elucidates the motivations behind his actions, particularly regarding Bingley and Jane, which prompts Elizabeth to reevaluate her previously held judgments. This moment is a testament to Austen's exploration of the themes of miscommunication and the necessity of self-awareness in overcoming personal prejudices. The climax of Pride and Prejudice is not merely a culmination of romantic entanglements, but a profound commentary on the nature of human relationships. Through the interplay of pride and prejudice, Austen reveals the transformative power of understanding and empathy. The resolution of Elizabeth and Darcy's relationship, marked by mutual respect and recognition of each other's complexities, encapsulates the novel's enduring message. True love is grounded in the ability to see beyond societal constructs and embrace the authenticity of the individual. In conclusion, the approach to the climax of Pride and Prejudice is marked by key revelations that illuminate the central themes of pride, prejudice, and the complexities of human relationships. Austen's deft characterizations and the intricate interplay between social status and personal integrity serve to enrich the narrative, making it a timeless exploration of love and self-discovery. Through Elizabeth and Darcy's journey, Austen invites readers to reflect on their own prejudices and the transformative power of understanding, ultimately affirming the necessity of self-awareness in the pursuit of genuine connection. In the resolution of Pride and Prejudice, Jane Austen deftly ties together the various narrative threads, culminating in a denouement that is both satisfying and reflective of the themes woven throughout the text. The marriages of Elizabeth Bennet and Fitzwilliam Darcy, as well as Jane Bennet and Charles Bingley, serve not only as romantic conclusions but also as affirmations of personal growth and mutual respect. Elizabeth's ultimate acceptance of Darcy, once marked by prejudice and misunderstanding, signifies her evolution from a position of initial disdain to one of deep respect and affection. This transition is emblematic of Austen's broader commentary on the importance of personal development and the necessity of overcoming societal expectations to achieve true happiness. The final assessments of key characters reveal the intricate layers of their personalities and the growth they undergo throughout the narrative. Elizabeth emerges as a figure of intelligence and independence, challenging the norms of her time while maintaining a sense of integrity and self-awareness. Darcy, initially portrayed as proud and aloof, transforms into a man capable of humility and self-reflection, recognizing his faults and the impact of his behavior on others. These character arcs are not merely for the sake of narrative progression, but serve as a microcosm of the larger societal changes that Austen subtly advocates for, highlighting the potential for personal redemption and the importance of empathy in relationships. Thematic synthesis in Pride and Prejudice underscores the interplay between class, gender, and morality. Austen critiques the rigid class structures of her time, revealing how societal expectations can warp perceptions and relationships. The theme of prejudice, both personal and societal, permeates the text, illustrating how initial impressions can obscure deeper truths. The characters' journeys toward understanding and acceptance reflect Austen's assertion that love, when grounded in mutual respect and understanding, transcends social barriers. The exploration of marriage as a complex institution also underscores the necessity for compatibility beyond mere economic or social convenience, advocating for emotional connections that foster genuine partnerships. Critically evaluating the strengths and weaknesses of Pride and Prejudice, one can argue that Austen's character development and sharp social commentary are among its greatest assets. The dialogue is imbued with wit and irony, allowing for a nuanced exploration of human relationships and societal norms. However, some may critique the novel's reliance on romantic resolutions as a means of closure, suggesting that it simplifies the complexities of love and personal growth. Nevertheless, such resolutions are essential in illustrating Austen's belief in the possibility of change and the importance of personal agency, despite the constraints of the era. The literary significance of Pride and Prejudice extends far beyond its initial publication in 1813. The novel has become a touchstone for discussions about gender roles, class dynamics, and the nature of love. Its enduring appeal can be attributed to Austen's masterful storytelling, relatable characters, and the universal themes of self-discovery and societal critique. The narrative's capacity to resonate with contemporary audiences speaks to its timeless quality, as issues of class, gender, and personal integrity remain relevant across generations. Furthermore, the novel has inspired countless adaptations, reinterpretations, and scholarly analyses, solidifying its place in the canon of English literature. The reasons for the enduring nature of Pride and Prejudice are manifold. At its core lies a deeply human exploration of relationships, characterized by misunderstandings, growth, and the ultimate triumph of love over pride and prejudice. Austen's ability to blend humor with keen social insight allows readers to engage with the text on multiple levels, making it accessible yet profound. The relatability of Elizabeth and Darcy, alongside the richly drawn supporting characters, ensures that readers continue to find new layers of meaning with each reading. In conclusion, Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice remains a cornerstone of literary exploration into the complexities of human relationships. Its intricate characterizations, thematic depth, and sharp societal critique create a narrative that is both entertaining and thought-provoking. As readers journey through the world of Elizabeth Bennet and Fitzwilliam Darcy, they are invited to reflect on their own biases and the nature of love, ultimately reaffirming the novel's message that understanding and self-awareness are essential for genuine connection. The work's timeless relevance and its ability to provoke thought and discussion ensure its place in the literary canon, confirming that Austen's insights into human nature and societal structures continue to resonate, making Pride and Prejudice an enduring masterpiece.